Audio check 1 2 3. Microphone testing 1 2 3. Central Georgia Technical College. Audio check 1 2 3. Thank you. Hello everybody and welcome into Macon, Georgia, where Central Georgia Technical College is set here to host Southern Crescent Tech. We are underway. We've got a big game ahead. It's an important one for the standings here. Central Georgia Tech is 4-5 in the GCAA, but Southern Crescent is right below them in the standings at 3-5. So this game has major implications on the GCAA and where things stand. Pierce comes in immediately with a shot, finishes his own miss. For Central, they're out to a 2-point lead. Your starters here for Central: Drame, Scott, Hickman, Pierce, and Vance Jr. For Southern Crescent, here with the ball at point, Tremaine Hopkins. Hopkins is a big part of what makes their offense go overall. They like to move it around. Both teams prefer to play it in the half court. Hopkins rises up, airballs a three-pointer to begin. It'll be Titans ball. So in the GCAA right now, South Georgia 6-1, they're on top. Georgia Highlands 6-2, and South Georgia Tech 6-2 are both tied for second. Albany Tech comes in at fourth. Central is fifth right now. Trying to battle their way up after an 0-4 start in conference play. Vance Jr. spins, won't find the back of the net. Now the identity of this Southern Crescent Tech team is they're pretty gritty, they play hard every day, they try to play tough. Hopkins drives in, tripping, Central ball, no call there on the play. The team for Southern Crescent, very young. When we mentioned that on past broadcasts, Central's a young team, they've got 9 freshmen, 3 sophomores. Southern Crescent Technical, all freshmen, 1 sophomore. Their lone sophomore is Marquavius Willingham, one of their forwards. Pierce drives in the lane. We've got a foul called. The shot's made, but it's an offensive foul. Southern Crescent ball. Southern Crescent has one of the most colorful uniforms in the GCAA. You'll notice the green with a little bit of blue is the accent color. Slipped inside, Willingham dribbling on Vance Jr., lofts it up short. Drame pulled down the board. He's had a good past week or so. Pierce, Drame, pump fakes, hops in the lane, blocked away. Tut, the freshman guard, made the play. Shot comes up, three-pointer, good from Black III. William Black hitting it to give Southern Crescent a lead. Central's coming off of a big couple of wins over East Georgia State. Got a lot of guys playing well, but they got their guards rolling between Jalen Hickman, the guys they bring off the bench. Jewett Spencer, Montavious Terrell came off the bench and were really looking good. Hickman, 4 on the shot clock, tried to find Vance Jr. It's turned over. Hopkins, the freshman guard, with it. For Central, the key today on the defensive side, just trying to disrupt the Southern Crescent rhythm. They like to move the ball around. They do enjoy being methodical in the half court. Turned over, sent in, and turned over again, this time by Central. Goes into the hands of Nichols, who picked off that pass. Against East Georgia State, Central looked a lot crisper, especially in terms of technique, passing, making less unforced errors. We'll see if that translates today. Hopkins floats it in. Was working against the wing. Pierce got inside with the left hand. Hopkins is talented. He's a pretty polished guard. We'll see a lot from him today. Tut drives, stops, tries to kiss it off the glass, and he gets it to go. Jordan Tut for 2. It's a 7-point run here consecutively for Southern. Drame tries to slide through the defense, picked off. Black outside, Tut. Inside, Willingham with a jam. Finishing with the flush there, a 9-0 run. Central has yet to find their offensive rhythm in this one. They had Pierce score early, but now they're looking to the bench for reinforcements. Washai, Osaba, and Terrell are all getting set to come in. It's been a real slow start between these two teams on the floor. Before this substitution, there were 8 freshmen, 2 sophomores. So Terrell, Osaba, Washai all come in. Washai was praised by head coach Rico Dawson of the Central team after his good performances over East Georgia State. It showed that he was taking a step forward in his overall development. Rebounding and defense is a big part of Washai's game. They've been working with him on consistency there. Osaba called for a travel. The development of players like Osaba and Washai for Central have been very key to their win streak lately. Since starting 0-4 in conference play, they've been on a good run, 4-1 since. A little over 5 minutes in, Tut now working on Terrell. Nichols has it turned over. Titans basketball. Now checking in Weatherly, the freshman. Central down 7, finding themselves in a bit of a hole early. Terrell has a look around. Traveling violation called. Or fouls called, actually. It's on Osaba, rather. Central right now, 1 of 5 from the field, but the big number sticking out is 6 turnovers here. 6 minutes in, not even. Just as I said, the offense was looking pretty crisp, not a lot of unforced errors the past couple of games in their 2-game win streak. Pull-up, baseline jumper, doesn't fall for Nichols. Pierce driving left, finds a little space, but his shot's long. Weatherly inside. Weatherly now with 10 on the shot clock, trying to make something happen with an open lane. Black stops, 13 feet away, sinks a J. Black with a nice shot, but again, it's an 11-0 run here. Central not getting going. Truett Spencer, a man who just got a Division II offers, about to come in. Washai puts it up. Washai again, blocked out of bounds. Central ball, Coach Dawson being very vocal early. Central's gonna run a set here. Coach Dawson trying to light a fire under his team, bringing in subs. It's the reigning Coach of the Year in the GCAA. Offensive efficiency, a big key for Central. Hickman doesn't get that to go. Nichols, offensive foul, Central ball. Nichols threw an elbow there, and he nailed Truett Spencer in the neck, it looks like. Truett came over to help. Nichols was working on Shalom Osaba in the post. Team defense for Central over the years has been their MO. Anybody that's followed this team or knows players on the team would tell you that. Truett Spencer, right-handed floater. Weatherly. Willingham backing down, kicking out. Black, 3. Got it! Black drills it from deep. It's a huge run from Southern to begin. And Central's just going to play it out, not going to call the timeout here. Coach Dawson knows, especially with young teams, you got to let them play through some adversity sometimes. Hickman. Vance Jr. back at the table to check in. Nichols, bounce pass, comes around. Good ball movement in the lane. Nichols gets it to fall. Still no timeout call from Coach Dawson here. It is a 16-0 run. Obviously not the beginning that Central hoped for. Got to battle back. Terrell off the mark. Well, Central likes to set the tempo on the defensive side. A foul called as Willingham charges away. Willingham came in there raging in like a bull and draws a foul. It's called on Truett Spencer. But Central has not set the tone on the defensive side. It's carried over offensively. Correction, the foul is called against Washeye from Central. Errol White comes in for the Titans. He'll look to provide a spark and a lot of energy. He's done so in the past. Terrell got his defender off balance, blocked away. Nichols made the play. Central ball. Nearly halfway through the opening quarter, Central's only had one shot fall. They're 1 of 12, shooting 8.3% on the day. 7 turnovers. Not really anything on the bright side for the home team Titans, but when you look at Southern Crescent, they're shooting about 68% from three-point range. 67% rather, and 64% from the field. Titans looking and needing somebody to step up here on the offensive side. Spencer rises up. Sometimes you get good shots off and you're just unlucky. For Spencer, it's a clean look, just a little strong off the heel there. But they'll start falling for the Titans. They just have to tighten up the defensive side. Hickman does just that. His layup will fall. Central looking to get something going here, and Hickman trying to be a spark plug. The starting point guard for the team. Hickman, another defensive play. Kept in possession of Southern. White gets beat there down low by Abdullah. Abdullah listed as a guard, but does good work in the lane. Spencer trickled away from him, but it's Central ball. Titans will retain possession as Scott and Osaba come in. While Marcus Pruitt in for Southern. Scott drives, floater, won't go. It feels like the offensive side of things has been a little rushed for Central, getting shots off quickly, not settled in. Southern's been doing a good job today, keeping them off balance. Errol White secures the board. 14-point game early. Scott, one dribble, goes up strong, and it falls. Timeout called by Southern. Scott making a nice play for Central. It's a 12-point ball game, 18-6 our score here at the timeout. We're back in play. 8:40 to go until halftime. Central's not elected to use any timeouts despite trailing by 12 early. Letting their guys play through it here, and we're waiting here in the Central side to see how they will respond. Now coming out of a timeout from Southern on the defensive side. A drive from Abdullah. He tries to get around Osaba, but Shalom makes a big play down low. Truett Spencer having a tough matchup there with Nichols, who's a pretty long defender. Spencer, three. Got it. Truett Spencer knocks it down. It's a 9-point game. Truett Spencer trying to get going. He's got his first shot made of the day. Weatherby going left on Scott. Kicked outside. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Three-pointer made in return. It was made by Mark Pilcher. Scott comes in, floats it in. Well, now we're trading buckets here out of the timeout. A 10-point game. Errol White almost stole it away. Nichols, Pilcher, long two, short. Errol White, wide open corner, Terrell. Yes, sir, Montavious Terrell knocking it down. Central now within 7. Trying to mount a massive comeback here. Terrell takes it away, slides it up, Spencer. Blocked off the backboard, but it fell. Shot went in for Truett Spencer. Timeout called by Southern. 21-16, 5-point game. Thank you all for tuning in. The Titans beginning to heat up here. 30-second timeout taken. I'm Luke Winstall. More coming around the corner. .646 to go until halftime, and all of a sudden Central's woken up. Southern Crescent had to call their second timeout of the half there. When Central started pressing defensively, things really started to heat up, and Coach Dawson's team showing off some defensive athleticism. They've had a steal or two. Layup on the follow made by Willingham. There's so much more energy now behind this team in this arena. Part of it comes from putting Errol White in the game. It seems like as soon as Errol comes in, the energy level always picks up. He's got such a high motor, it's contagious. Offensive foul called. Scott was trying to kick it out to Terrell, ran into a guy, and it was a well-taken charge. We're not ready to inbound yet. Southern Crescent was trying to get things going. The officials conferring, I think, as to whether it's a block or a charge. Those can sometimes be one of the hardest calls to make. We'll go as it was called. It's an offensive foul against Scott of Central. Coach Dawson, I can hear him up here. I don't know if you heard it on our microphone. He said he was in the center of the lane. And of course that means he'd be in the restricted area, which means that you can't call that a charge. So now the other two officials talking with each other. I think Coach Dawson's point's very valid. Listening to Coach Dawson. He's making his case. Well, while we've got a break, take a moment to thank Coach Dawson publicly. One of the things he does behind the scenes that helps everything go with the broadcast. He'll talk to me for a few minutes pre-game every game. Come do an interview, give me an update on the team, talk about the guys and where they are in their development, how everybody's looking. So always appreciate his time. Great coach, really fun guy to talk to. Always gives good information that I'm happy to relay to all of you on the broadcast. Central team's always an elating one to follow. And now we've got the call correct, I think we can say. It's going to be called a block. Central will take it out here offensively. Wait, just kidding. No, they won't. They fooled us. All of a sudden, it looked like Central was ready for an offensive play, but nope. They're going to move into their press. It's Southern Crescent ball. Roller coaster of emotions there in that minute-and-a-half delay. And, of course, for those of you keeping track at home, that foul does still go against Scott. Offensive foul. Floater banked in off the window. Pilcher got it to fall. Truett Spencer's got it. For the Central team, a lot of things have been coming together. Truett Spencer's been a part of that. He didn't get the shot there. Recently got an offer from the Division II HBCU Miles College. He's got a bright future ahead of him. We're starting to see some of the rewards from his hard work come about. It's a kicked ball called. Drame comes in with Hickman. Almany Drame is an interesting case for Central. He's shown a lot of flash. He's got a great frame, lots of potential. Just got to let the game come to him a little more. Letting things slow down. That's the big key for him. Sometimes he'll play a little rushed on the offensive side. Tipped by Hickman, out of bounds. Southern Crescent ball. Hopkins has it. He's been shifty and athletic all day long. Pilcher. Tut, Pilcher, corner. Three-pointer long. Southern Crescent's been cooling off lately in terms of shooting. Central ball. Central heating up. They started off shooting 8% today. Under 5 to play. It's a 9-point game. Central now shooting about 50% over their past 7 possessions. Spencer, Scott, pull up. Drame tips it, scrambling around on the ground, both teams. It'll be a timeout called by Southern. 25-16, Southern Crescent Technical College leading here in the timeout. Thank you all for tuning in. More coming. Southern Crescent Technical with the ball. We got off to a good start. It was, I believe, a 16-0 run to begin. They play well as a team. They've got different guys leading them in scoring, rebounding, assists, pretty much every night. It's a different guy that steps up. That's something these teams actually both have in common. It's not one consistent superstar. It's a lot of team play. Scott, right hand, good finish. Isaiah Scott getting it done, pulling it within a 7-point game. Central trying to come back. They were trailing by double figures. Hickman almost took it away. His energy defensively started a run for Central. Had a steal that led to a layup, their first bucket since the first minute of the game after several minutes scoreless. It's like a 9-minute scoring drought or so for those of you just tuning in. Things looking much better, getting close to halftime. Southern Crescent in the half court. Willingham banging against Errol White. Scott comes in hard. Hickman pump fakes. Hickman charging away, fouled in the lane. Southern was trying to close in their defense there. A blocking foul is going to be charged. That'll go against Hopkins. Weatherly comes in. Dominic Pierce is in for Scott to swap at the wing position. Isaiah Scott is leading Central in points as he heads off to the bench. He's got 6, 3 of 5 from the field. Spencer directing traffic. Eight on the shot clock. Spencer turns it over. Three to play until halftime. Willingham was trapped. Now Tutt, 12-foot jumper, air balls. It's been tough for Central to get the ball into their post today. Errol White spins, won't get it to fall. But Central's had to work the ball around the outside. They've been looking in, they always do. They try to set up their posts and give them a shot to post up or pass away. Been very tough. The defense has been tight. A little bit of a zone on the inside from Southern a lot of the time. Nichols, well done. Off balance shot around White for 2. It's been a lot of a 2-3 zone look for Southern. They don't want that ball getting inside. Of course, Central today has not been able to shoot them out of the zone. They've had a tough shooting day, especially early on. Spencer, three-pointer made. Jewett Spencer with a tray. 27-21 our score. Over 90 seconds to go. Just a little over 90 to go until half. Jewett Spencer bringing his team closer. You're watching junior college basketball on the Titans YouTube channel. Southern Crescent inbounding in a 6-point game. Full court press from the Titans here hosting in Macon, Georgia. We're thrilled to have you all tuning in. Nichols outside to Weatherly, and Southern Crescent trying to set up their offense. They've called 3 timeouts today. Central's called 1. Nichols pivoting away. Drame tries to square on him defensively, but Nichols just finishes the shot. He's had some really good makes today on the offensive side. Osaba 15 feet away. 1 dribble, goes up strong. Here's Nichols again. He's gotten the better of this a couple of times, but doesn't that time. Nichols and Osaba. It's become a good battle to watch. Drame, top of the key, can't make a 3. Shot clock turned off here for Southern Crescent. The Tigers working with it. Cameron Weatherly. 5 on the clock. Nichols goes up. Foul called, blocking foul. 2 shots coming. Foul's called against Osaba. That'll be his 2nd foul. Nichols at the stripe. Nichols today 3 of 5, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Free throws trickles in. Nichols gets his 2nd. It's a 10-point game, 3.2 seconds left for Central to get something done. Hickman. Pierce can't get a shot off, too late. Missed anyways. 31-21 our score, a lower scoring first half, especially for Central. One of really the worst offensive ones we've seen in conference play to begin. But things picked up in the final 9 minutes of play. Central trying to head into halftime, get things turned around, and make up this deficit. We'll see you back in 15 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Luke Winstall. You are watching junior college basketball on the Titans YouTube channel. We are back for the second half of play. Thank you all for tuning in. Southern Crescent Tech here, visiting in Macon, Georgia, playing Central Georgia Tech and the Titans, who trail by 10. Vance Jr. way short on a three-point attempt. Well, a look at Southern Crescent Tech in the first half and what they were able to put together. It was a good run. William Black had 8 points. Nichols had 8. Pilcher had 5. Those were their top 3 scorers. Very spread around. Nobody in double figures yet for either team, actually. Short shot off the mark there from Black. Pierce trying to spin around. There's a foul called. 2 shots coming. Pierce will be at the stripe for Central. Hopkins is whistled for that foul. On the year, Pierce averaging about 8 points a game, shooting 40%. Free throws off the mark there. Where Pierce has been most impressive to me has been the per game stats, like rebounding, assists overall. He's second on the team in assists per game, averaging 3. He's actually the leading rebounder in terms of rebounds per game, which is odd considering he's a wing. He's not always banging around down low like some of the big forwards. But 6 rebounds a game on this Central team that rebounds as a team pretty well. They split a pair at the free throw line. Now Central pulls it away on the defensive side. Early on, Central had 7 turnovers in that first half. Defensively, they force one. Trying to play a much cleaner half technically here, like they did against East Georgia State back on Tuesday. Vance Jr. spots up and drills it. Now Vance pulls it within 7, a full court press from the Titans. Tut puts it up and in. Vance Jr. catch, layup long. Vance has to take his time on those. He had an opportunity, didn't have to rush it. Black, long 2, goes through. Hickman wants to push the tempo. Central trying to make Southern a little uncomfortable. Hickman puts it in, and 1. Hickman's got a 3-point play. Central within 8 points. They've been in this area for a while, between 6 to 10 points away from tying. They've got to go on a run. Now, they'll start here with this lineup. They don't have Terrell and Spencer in, foul called. Terrell and Spencer, ever since the losing streak, got shifted to the bench for Central. It wasn't a benching, it was a moving around of the lineup, really. They weren't playing poorly, but they've been playing a lot better when they do come off the bench. They get to settle into the game, allows them to see the flow and where they want to insert themselves. Southern ball. So we'll begin the second half the same way for Central. Both those guys on the bench again. They came off and looked good in the first half. They were a big part of that run for the Titans. Weatherby, tipped away by Drame. That's a block for the wing. Drame inside, finishes with a flourish. Almani Drame from Senegal pulling it in with 6 points separating the two teams here. A sub at the table for Central. Tut. Weatherby bounces it to the corner, gets it back. 5 on the shot clock. Weatherby's got to make something happen. 2 on the shot clock. Last second shot blocked by Vance Jr. Hickman at a frenetic pace turns it over. when you want to play in control, you have to keep it together in terms of the composure, not get too wild with it. Hickman that time tried to take on 3 guys unsuccessfully. That time Weatherly out of bounds. Central brings in Spencer Terrell, and for the first time today, we're getting a look at Jaquan Gatling. Gatling out of Orlando, Florida. We'll see what he can contribute at the post position. Spencer Terrell Hickman, Central going smaller. Something that's brought them a lot of success this season when they've got these guards. Drame lays it in on the right side. It's a 4-point game. It's the closest Central's been since very early on. They've only had 1 lead change, and that was after Central was up 2-0 and Southern Crescent went on that big run to go up double figures. Pilcher bounces it. Nichols goes up strong, and a blocking foul is called. The Titans really having to battle back here. They send Nichols over to the free throw line. Nichols on the year has been the leading scorer for the Southern Crescent team, 15 points a game. Not a great 3-point shooter, but overall 50% from the field. He's a big threat in the lane, holds his own defensively. 1 shot coming here for Nichols after he sinks the first free throw. As a freshman starting his 12th out of 12 games, he's been a very good-looking prospect for this Southern team. Jaquan Gatling battling on the block, goes up strong with it. Beautiful finish. Jaquan Gatling getting things done. He's coming in a pressure situation, and he hadn't come in all game. It's a tough spot to be in. He's showing up today. Truett Spencer. Hickman charges in the lane. Gatling has it. Now Central's got to settle. They had a brief window there where they could have pushed it, but it wasn't quite the look they wanted. Here's a good look. Terrell driving baseline. Gets inside. Montavious Terrell. What a finish. Montavious Terrell just hopped through a couple of defenders and finished right behind their backs. Montavious Terrell looking like a magician out there. A little over 5 minutes into the second half, all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. Central outscoring Southern by 8 here in the first 5.5 minutes of the half. You've got to love what you're seeing, the fight, the resilience from this Titan team. Black directs traffic. 7 on the shot clock. He goes up with it. Wow. His mid-range game has looked good today. Sinking that one right in the face of Montavious Terrell. Truett Spencer, one of the top scorers for Central this season. Floater won't fall. Black puts it up and a jam. Nichols throws it down. Drame gets his man off balance, facing 3 defenders. Gatling, Drame, tries to reverse it. Foul called on the shot. Drame at the stripe. He'll be shooting a couple. 13:30 to go until the game is over. Willingham's whistled for that foul. Drame won't hit the first free throw. playing 24 minutes a game as a freshman, developing quickly, averaging 4 rebounds a game. In terms of scoring, Drame this season's been a pretty solid piece, 7 a game, 7 points. Second shot goes. Albany Drame will head off in favor of Isaiah Scott. The wing position has been one of the most, if not maybe the most improved for Central. He started out sometimes not getting a lot of production in terms of counting stats there, but lately Drame and Scott have provided a lot. Let's hope this team big time on the offensive side. A spin from Nichols, tries to flick it up, doesn't go. Terrell racing ahead with it. Whoa, nice crossover in the lane, goes up. Southern Crescent ball, they're gonna say it's out of bounds off of Terrell. Well, it's undeniable the skills that Montavious Terrell has. Terrell manning up on the defensive side with a block on Weatherly. The block was out of bounds. Here's the inbound attempt here to Black. Black going on Spencer, short off the rim. Scott goes left. Trying to spin through contact. He finishes over Nichols. Scott's been fantastic today. One of the guys early on that got things going. He's got 8 points now, 4 of 6 from the field. Very effective day for him. 8 minutes into the half, and Central's come out of the locker room looking really solid. Coach Dawson must have had a good halftime talk here. Central's outscored South Crescent by 7 to this point in the half, 17-10. Scott charging in, blocking foul called, 2 shots upcoming. Scott to the line, foul is called on Nichols. Carlos Nichols picks up his second foul there. He's got 12 points. Black has 12. They're leading Southern Crescent. Now Scott's 1 point away from being the first Central player to get into double figures. At this point in the game, 5 players have 5 points or more for the Titans. Scott has 10 in double figures. Timeout called. Full timeout taken by Coach Dawson. It's a 1-point game. The Titans in the second half off to a good beginning, 41-40. More action coming around the corner. $11:57 to play in this one. We've had a good pace of play in this game. It was a little lower scoring in the first half, but the ball's been in play. Teams have been going back and forth. This has been a good GCAA basketball contest here today. Both of these teams 5th and 6th respectively in the standings. South Crescent a game behind Central with a foul called on the shot block attempt. That'll send Willingham to the line. Willingham's name has not been called as much in this game as it has in past performances, but he is averaging 14 rebounds per game. That leads the entire NJCAA. Not just the GCAA, but all of junior college. He is #1 in rebounding. That's where he makes his big impact. Today, Willingham on the boards has 6 rebounds. Central rebounding after the missed free throws, both of them. But Willingham's a big that Central coming in knew they would have to keep off the boards in order to have a chance to win. Ball stolen away. Pruitt had the takeaway on that one. Weatherly. Weatherly, a pick from Abdullah, trying to get a pick and roll situation. Read well by Scott. It's off on him. Southern will be inbounding. Now, talking with Southern Crescent's head coach Calvin Sinkfield before the game, he was very happy about where his team is coming in. He knows they're a young, pretty inexperienced team overall, but he's happy about the way they play together. He said it's a very fun group to coach. He enjoys being around this team. A lot of good personalities, a lot of good talent. Abdullah bounces down low, blocked away by Gatling. Big play from the big man, blocking that ball from LaMarcus Pruitt out of bounds. Black lofts it up and gets it to go. There's not many players, if any, in this game that have a smoother stroke than Black. Mid-range game is on point today. Winds it out to a 3-point lead. It had been a scoring drought of a few minutes for Southern to that point. Spencer, out of bounds, Central ball. Jame coming in for Hickman. Timeout called by Truett Spencer, trying to inbound the ball. Had a tough time. I think there was some confusion there in the communication. 3-point game, 10:23 to go in the game. Central trailing here. They'll be taking it out when we get back from this break. Coming out of the timeout, here's Hickman to inbound. And Central's going to do it again. Southern Crescent, with the way that ball was positioned, was just packing their defenders in the corner, making it real tough on Central. Spencer, mindful of the shot clock, gets it to go. Spencer did not take his time on that one, and it was just what the doctor ordered, a quick bucket for the Titans. It's a 1-point game. Pass straight out of bounds, an unforced error from Southern. The miscommunication leads to Central ball. We're 3/4 of the way through this game. Substitution as Southern Crescent brings in Jordan Tutt. Gatling trying to get to Drame. Pass was a little strong for him. But regardless, Drame's got to make that catch down low. Gatling getting a big chance here for Central down low. He doesn't play a ton of minutes like I mentioned, but he's getting some here, and he's getting an opportunity for this Titan team to earn his spot, earn some more time for the future. It's boded pretty well for him thus far. Really excited. The more Central can get at the post position, the better. It's the key for this team to success. Down low. Willingham didn't get that shot to fall, right at the buzzer. Drame tries to go up with it. Timeout. Jump ball call before the timeout. Sounded like Central was trying to take one. Tut's going to inbound. The possession arrow points the way of Southern. Southern shooting 44% from the field today. Abdullah in the lane, jump stop, shot up. Jam there from Willingham. That's what happens when you don't box out. Central did not have Willingham accounted for, and that's what the leading rebounder in junior college will do to you. Spencer knocks it down. 45-44. Well, at halftime, I told our cameraman Sam that if we get Truett Spencer going, Central's going to be looking very good. And 12 points for Truett, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. It's been a good game for the sophomore. Ball passed out of bounds, 8:18 to go in the game, 45-44. Central is close to trying to take a lead. Truett Spencer on the ball. He's an experienced player early on at times, maybe trying to do a little too much for Central, but he's really settled into his role on this team very well. Gatling spins in the post, has it blocked away. It was tipped by Willingham. We've got a call on Jalen Hickman for a foul. Southern is not yet in the 1-and-1 there. Southern Crescent still a couple of fouls away from 1-and-1 after the inbounds. Here they are with 7:42 to go. Hopkins. Hopkins pumps, goes up strong. Not been a great shooting day for him. Spencer gets a pick, steps back, pops it. Central trying to ignite their defense here. Drame almost picked it off. Central team built on defense. They've been in a lot of really big positions over the past 3 years. Coach Rico Dawson's coached this team into 3 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances. Scott comes in for Truett Spencer. Shot clock expires. Southern could not get a shot off. Central ball, timeout taken. 6:43 to go in the game, 44-45. The home team trailing by 1. It's been a major comeback here in the second half. Central looking good. Full timeout taken by Southern. You're watching junior college basketball. More action on the way. It's a 1-point game. Truett Spencer's back in for Central. Four combined timeouts taken here in this half, 5 combined. Seven combined, I should say, taken as Gatling doesn't get the shot off. Southern Crescent coming out of the timeout, their first offensive possession. Black drills a corner three. He makes it look so easy. His stroke is awesome, the way he lines up. I mean, he's very technically sound. You've got to love his game as a shooter. Truett Spencer works around a pick, charging in the lane. He drew a little contact, but not enough to be called a foul. We almost had a moving screen there on Abdullah. Gatling down low. Willingham gets a little bit of a dunk. A weaker dunk attempt, but got that shot to fall. Now all of a sudden, out of the timeout, it's a 5-0 run, 50-44. Southern's come out of the timeout and responded exactly the way they needed to. We knew they'd be challenged by Coach Sinkfield. Terrell, floater, in and out. Weatherly on the ball. As much as we've talked about him handling the ball today, he has not scored, but he has facilitated a little bit. Drame out ahead with a dunk. Almany Drame jams it home, and a timeout's called by Central. 4-point game, 50-46. Central coming out of the timeout will be defending here. We'll see what they can do, trying to come back against Southern Crescent, a team who's put up a very good fight here in conference play. Four-point game, Southern Crescent inbounding here with Abdullah passing it off. Spencer steals it away. He is unable to maintain possession. Tigers ball. Central's done well to get back in this game. The second half has been much better for this team on the defensive side. Drame picks it away. Terrell. Drame tried to go up strong, a foul called. Now coming into that timeout, Drame had a dunk for Central coming out. He'll head to the free throw line. Drame is up to 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field. He's got 5 rebounds as well, been pretty effective. Abdullah put his hands up for Southern Crescent. Coach Dawson and the Central team saying that that's not allowed, which is correct, it's not. Abdullah is going to sub out. And the referee is not concerned about that play from Abdullah. Drame shoots the second, makes the second free throw. He splits a pair on his second trip to the line. It's a 3-point game, 50-47 our score. Hickman goes behind the back after taking it away. 14-foot jumper falls. Jalen Hickman has Central within 1 point. Hickman with another timely bucket for this team. He's got 5 points. Willingham blocked away, met at the rim by Drame, but he finishes. It was a good defensive play until Willingham got his own rebound, and now he's in double-double territory. 8 points, 9 rebounds. 10 points, 9 rebounds after that one. Scott for 3. Gatling battling for it. Drame gets it off the tip out. Terrell spots up. Gatling, another offensive board. He just passed it into the wrong team. Black, Tut running inside. Gatling with a clean block. Jaquan Gatling, well done on the defensive side. Gatling finds Drame, packed by Nichols. It'll be Central ball as it was blocked out of bounds. Truett Spencer heads into the game. Scott comes out with 3 minutes to play. It's a 3-point game. This one, folks, is going to go down to the end. Hickman, Terrell, Spencer. Truett Spencer. Terrell trying to find some space. Look for Southern to try to slow things down on the offensive side. They want to make good use of this possession, try to get 2 possessions ahead. Want to find one of your top players here like Black. Black drives on Spencer. Spencer bats it away. It'll still be Southern ball. Truett Spencer today is leading the Central team with 12 points. William Black III has 17. He is 7 for 9 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point land. Black might be the guy you go to in these late game situations with the way he's been hot today. Turns out it was Nichols they went with. He is now 5 of 8 from the field. He's got 14. So, of course, Caleb Nichols is not a bad option if you're Southern. They make it a 2-possession game. It puts a little more pressure on the Titans. Drame trying to make an acrobatic play. It is a quick possession. Now we're under 2 to play. When you turn on GCAA basketball, this is what you expect to get. It's these close games right at the end, down to the wire. You see a lot of that in this division. Spencer with a block on Tut. The shot blocking and rim protection has been pretty solid for Central today. One of their better performances at the rim. Tut with 1 on the shot clock sinks it. Timeout called by Southern. They lead by 7. 91 seconds to go. Central's got a little ground to make up here in a multi-possession ball game. All the action coming here around the corner. Please be sure to like and subscribe here on the Titans YouTube channel. Central inbounding, 1:31 to go. They've got to make up a 7-point deficit. They've done it a few times before in this game, but can they do it again and with limited time? That will be the question. Truett Spencer trying to rise to the occasion. Spencer drives right, he'll lay it in. Spencer banks it home, 5-point game. Now you're back to 2 possessions. Titans trying to set the tone on the defensive end. They've kept Jaquan Gatling in. He's performing well at the 5. Gatling with a rebound. And you've got to have Gatling in if you're Central to try to compete with Willingham on the boards. That's a great move from Coach Dawson. It's worked out pretty well. Terrell trying to bounce it inside. It's one of those things where Gatling comes in, you test it out, and you see that he rebounds well. He's been tipping the ball out even when he can't corral it, but he's got 5 rebounds. He's leading the team tied with Isaiah Scott. And he's only played maybe 15 minutes tops. Probably more like 10, 12 at most. Spencer, short off the rim. A quick shot there, 45 seconds to go, a 5-point game. Not too much longer until Central might have to foul, but there is a difference between shot and game clock, pretty sizably. It's about a 14-second difference or so. 5 on the shot clock. Black dribbles, pulls up, didn't get it. Rebound Gatling. 12 seconds to go. Central has to push the tempo here. It's a 2-possession game. Scott drives baseline, taking too much time. Layup missed, and that's going to do it. Scott in for a foul. 1.4 seconds to go. It's a 5-point game. That foul is on the floor. 1.4 seconds to go. That'll do it. Central had a chance at the end. They went down in the first half pretty big. It was a better second half, outscoring Southern by 5. But it just was too little, too late for Central Georgia Technical College this evening. Truett Spencer led the way with 14 points for the Titans. Isaiah Scott had 10. They were the only 2 guys in double figures. For Southern Crescent, William Black had 17 points. Carlos Nichols had 14. Marquavius Willingham, the top rebounder in the NJCAA with a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds, a pair of assists. Southern Crescent goes home with a victory, winning 56-51 final, a low-scoring defensive affair. We thank you all for tuning in. For Sam, our cameraman today, I'm Luke Winstall. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back on Saturday with the women's game here on the CGTC Athletics YouTube channel. Thank you for your support of our show.